Have you ever noticed how sometimes a task that should only take you 30 minutes somehow drags on for hours or even days? That strange phenomenon has a name, and it's called Parkinson's Law, a concept first introduced by British historian Cyril Northcote Parkinson in 1955 when he wrote in The Economist that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. And while that may sound like just a witty observation, it's actually one of the most powerful productivity laws you'll ever come across. Because what it really means is that the more time you give yourself to complete something, the more your brain finds ways to stretch the task out, add unnecessary details, procrastinate, overthink, and eventually take up all that available time, even if the actual work could have been finished much sooner. And this has huge implications not only for students and professionals, but for anyone trying to manage their life better. Think about it. Remember that time you had a school or office project due in 3 weeks? You probably told yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Then you delayed, researched a bit, got distracted, polished things endlessly, and finally pulled it together the night before the deadline. Yet somehow, you still managed to submit it, which proves the point perfectly because the task adjusted itself to the time you allowed. Now imagine the same project was due in just 3 days. You'd have dropped the fluff, focused only on the essentials, and still delivered something that worked, maybe even better, because tighter deadlines force clarity and action, whereas long deadlines encourage perfectionism, procrastination, and wasted energy. And that's the heart of Parkinson's Law. It's not just about time, it's about the psychology of pressure, focus, and perceived importance. When there's plenty of time, your brain says, relax, no rush. And so you delay. But when there's urgency, your brain kicks into gear, prioritizes, and finds shortcuts. This law is visible everywhere. In workplaces, meetings expand to the time booked. In academia, research projects stretch into months when the actual core work might have been done in weeks. Even in everyday life, if you give yourself the whole weekend to clean your room, you'll take the whole weekend. But if guests are coming over in 1 hour, somehow you transform into a cleaning machine and get it done. So the real secret isn't to fight Parkinson's law, but to use it to your advantage. How? By setting shorter deadlines, practicing time boxing, and tricking your brain into focus. For example, if you need to write an essay, instead of giving yourself today, give yourself the next 90 minutes. If you want to exercise, don't plan an hour. Start with 15 minutes, but make it focused. This is where techniques like the Pomodoro method come in. 25 minutes of deep work, 5 minutes of rest, repeat. Because when you shrink the time window, you automatically cut distractions and increase efficiency. Successful people intuitively understand this. Elon Musk, for example, is known for aggressive timelines, not because he thinks every project will magically be finished early, but because tighter timelines inspire urgency and prevent tasks from sprawling endlessly. But beware, there's also a flip side. Parkinson's law can be dangerous if left unchecked. Long deadlines can drain motivation, cause stress from overpreparation, and even kill creativity because you're too focused on perfecting rather than producing. That's why entrepreneurs, creators, and top performers often impose artificial deadlines on themselves. They know that constraints are not the enemy, they're the secret weapon. Let me give you another relatable example studying for an exam. If your test is a month away, you'll likely skim notes slowly, highlight everything, maybe watch some YouTube lectures. But when the test is tomorrow, suddenly you can summarize an entire semester in a single night. That rush, that adrenaline, that focus, it's Parkinson's law in action. The lesson? If you want to achieve more in less time, don't wait for the pressure to arrive naturally. Create it for yourself. Limit the hours you spend, cut tasks into smaller deadlines, and even set public commitments so you can't procrastinate. Another trick is called Parkinson's law reversal. Deliberately give yourself impossible seeming short time frames, like I will finish this report in 2 hours. And while you may not always meet it, you'll get shockingly close and much faster than if you gave yourself the entire day. This principle doesn't just boost productivity, it reduces stress too. Because dragging tasks over days means dragging the mental load with you, but finishing quickly means freedom. And it's not just about work. Even in personal life, say cooking dinner, if you allow 2 hours, you'll chop vegetables slowly, maybe scroll on your phone, recheck the recipe 10 times. But if you give yourself 30 minutes, you'll streamline, multitask, and still eat well. So the next time you find yourself stuck in endless work, remember Parkinson's law and ask, how much time do I really need for this? Chances are it's far less than you think. And that's the real hack. Time isn't just something we spend, it's something we shape. And by shaping it with smart constraints, you don't just get things done faster, you also free up space for what truly matters: your passions, your goals, your life. So stop giving yourself unlimited time, because unlimited time equals unlimited delays. Instead, create limits, embrace deadlines, and let Parkinson's law work for you, not against you.